Hello, Sagittarius. And other signs. It's not just Sag just watching. Did you hear that honk? I don't lie. That's all you need to know. What I say is the truth. So, I'm going to bust out the old horror oracle today. They're fairly new to me, so I've gotten 3 decks in the past month or so need to keep tossing them up, making sure that they all know I love them. There's another honk. Yeah, my cards know I love them. That's good to know. All right, Sag. Ooh, Temperance has been coming out. You have been coming out. That awesome balancing energy. Let me tell you. Let's see what you're going to say today. Okay. Whoa. Huh. Jesus. Literally. Ha. Okay. This is the message today. Okay, so somebody has been trapped by the devil. Literally. So the first card that came up was book in reverse. Okay, so I was like, okay, so if you've ever seen the Babadook, she basically, she reads a story and the creature in the book comes alive and starts haunting them. Okay, I personally have never seen it, but my sister has. So she kind of told me a little bit about it once I got this deck because I did not want to watch it. There was something about it. I was really creeped out by it and I just said, I don't want to watch it. And I just chose not to watch it. Then she brought it back to the library and I never talked about it again. And then it came up in this freaking deck. And I was like, are you kidding me? I wouldn't even watch the movie. I was terrified. I know a portal when I see one. And I know a TV portal when I see one. Okay. And some of these movies, okay, and some of these things that people create that you watch, okay, like I figured out with TikTok, they can come through your phone. Okay. Spirits can come through your phone. It's an active channel. So you have to be careful with television. You have to be careful with the internet. You have to be careful with airways. I had a demonic attack once at this bar because I had my live stream going when I had my first tarot card channel. And I got possessed. It came through the phone. I know it did. Somebody was pissed off because my sister and I were playing I Spy with My Little Eye in this restaurant getting wasted. And somebody got pissed off at us. And it came in and I drove around. I smashed the fucking front door. I drove around. I fucking split myself up. Oh my God. That night, okay, because of this fucking asshole right there. Okay. And it comes in many forms and many shapes and many sizes and people fucking love it. People, oh my God, I see it at the bar. It's mainly with alcohol, right? A lot of people, they get trapped with alcohol, okay? Because when they start drinking, these things come alive and I watch them. I'm a bartender. I watch people become possessed, okay? And it's something that I've just learned how to deal with because I'm a really good bartender and I'm good at what I do. And I'm okay with watching people turn into demons right in front of me. But what I'm not cool with is when they suddenly use those demons and they fight me. That is not what I'm cool with. But I'm also learning how to attack people back and that I don't care about your fucking opinion. I'm here to work. We're not here to be friends. We're here to work. We're here to make money, be professional. I'm learning to be a lot more professional. Okay. And that being professional comes in all stages in our life. Okay. When we have to bust out our professionalism and that we can't act like children, even though we feel like children because people are treating us like children. It doesn't mean we have to mirror that and act it because of what they're saying. Okay, so somebody's been trapped in something and now it's like, I don't know if you read a book. I don't know if you opened up a portal. I don't know if this is some type of religious family that made you read the Bible and they attached Satan onto you. or whatever your version of a devil is, okay? They attached this motherfucker onto you, okay? And he had this whole new book to write when it came to you, okay? Because you were this whole new temple, this fresh temple straight off the block. Probably, I just heard 17. Okay, I don't know if something started happening when you were 17. But look at, you're now flipping to the other side, okay? Because wherever you were taken to, then you weren't supposed to go, okay? So this devil, they trapped you, okay? They trapped you, and then they put a whole bunch of people around you that they said were just like you, and that was even worse because no, you weren't like them at all, okay? And it's harvest season, and the thing is, it's harvest in reverse because they don't want this to happen. They're trying to fight you getting through the other side of this, okay? But it's not a matter of how hard they fight to keep you there. The thing is that how hard is the fight in you? It's not about the size of the dog in the fight. It's about the size of the fight in the dog. Wow, I actually said that without stuttering, right? So clearly somebody had to hear that, okay? Because that's the thing is it's people are making you seem like you have to be devilish or you have to be the one that everybody fears or that everybody craves or, you know, the devil is so cool to be around. The devil is making you do things and making you believe in things and trapping you is what it's doing. And you have this ability to go to the other side because now it's harvest season. It's time. It's time to shine. It's time to wake up, and shine. I don't have the book with me. It's out there. So, and I really want to attach the book to this other deck that I just got that I'm really trying to see the other side of and not just read like any other deck. But it's out there and the deck was like, you're fine. You can read it without the book. And I'm like, okay. Trust your instincts, motherfuckers. Ooh, yeah, that's why I can see that crystal clear. Okay. So this relationship with the devil is ending. Okay, it's 2 cups in reverse. You're going to go your way and he's going to go his way. Why? Because he suddenly realized that you are not controllable anymore. So if it is possession like with alcohol, then like you're just going to stop drinking. Plain and simple, you know, like you'll figure out another way to have fun. It's not that hard, right? If your addiction is money, then you're just simply going to stop spending it. Suddenly you're going to be like, there's nothing that I want. It's not going to be that hard. It's the whole point of why people think that addiction is so hard to defeat is because they actually secretly don't really want to give it up. And then they think it's going to be so hard to give it up. But yes, it's going to be hard to give up if you never want to. But if all of a sudden you despise it, like you're just like, listen, I got to be fucking done with this. Your and I's relationship is over and hate it because of what it does to you and what it does to the people around you. Trust me, it's not going to be that hard to be like, wow, I'm an asshole and I'm never going to do it again, which means I got to cut it off, which means it's never going to come back again because it's not going to have a source, right? Which is why it's 10 of Pentacles in reverse. It's like now suddenly something gets out of your head. Okay? Like whatever it was that brainwashed you, whatever this devil is that made it seem like you guys were on the same side. No, you weren't. You were on different sides, okay? Whether or not he wants to say you're on the same side and you've got somebody to love and it's me, Satan. No. Okay, that's 100% wrong. Okay, the only other side of this is getting your fucking life back. Okay, and you didn't have your life because of him trying to say that he was doing something good for you. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Oh my God, you know the part I can hear of The Exorcist. Your mother sucks in prison. No, in hell. Oh yeah, your mother sucks in hell. Oh my God, remember she says that to her own mother? Oh man, maybe you said some fucked up shit to your parents over the years. Like you might have said some really like awful things, okay? And it's because it was the devil. It was Captain Howdy. It was not you, okay? So of course you're like, okay, this isn't my mind, okay? Clearly this was some type of magician in reverse, okay, that was using your power to control you, okay? But there's the high priestess. And you're like, over my dead body are you going to do this anymore? I know exactly what you're doing. I know you're using my heart. I know you're using and I'm using my intuition right now to know that you're using me, okay? Whoa. We've got the Six of Swords in reverse with Judgment in reverse. This is the mother lode, people, okay? Because somebody is going back down to hell, okay? And somebody is releasing themselves, okay? That's what this is like you have been stuck with this Satan. It's not this energy, this devil wasn't doing anything good for you. He was controlling everything you were doing and trying to tell you that he's giving you something and he's not giving you anything. Okay, if anything, he's now giving you the clarity to see that he hasn't done shit for you. Okay, it's all talk, but he's not doing anything. And then you think your relationship is big because it's a relationship like somebody like Satan, and it means absolutely nothing. It means that you're that deaf, dumb, and blind that you don't realize that this thing has stolen everything and trapped you. You think it's a mutual relationship. This person knows otherwise, or this thing or this devil knows otherwise. Okay, there's the Five of Bones. Okay, with the Fool in reverse. So they wanted me to look at the bottom of the deck. Ooh, there's the Moon in reverse. Knight of Wands in reverse. 10 of Wands. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Yes. Okay. Like somebody, I can kind of see, like somebody obviously was like really super depressed. Okay. And they thought that, okay, instead of death, instead of killing myself, I'm going to become best friends with the devil. Okay. And they didn't see what they were doing. Okay, so not only is it the moon, but it's the moon in reverse, which is like even worse, okay? It's even darker. At least with the moon, it can illuminate certain things for you, but you have to have the right sight. But the moon in reverse is like, I don't even think you have your eyes open to it, right? Like you were such a victim to something. You're such a victim to something, like giving all your money to a financial advisor who says that he's going to invest your money and he just takes it all for himself. Like you're innocent and you did something and then somebody took complete control of you and took all your money, right? It's like that. That's why it's the Nightmare of Bones in reverse. So it's the Knight of Wands in reverse now. Okay, so now with the Fool in reverse, something is like, it's like, because it's Harvest in reverse with the 10 of Bones to the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and Judgment in reverse. It's like someone's going to have, you might have this period, okay, when you release the devil and you decide, listen, this isn't going to control me anymore. You might have like a near-death experience, or you might have like a few really awful nights, especially if you get drunk. Okay. Because he's going to attack you. Okay. He's going to attack you. But it's something that, because he can't get into you anymore, he's gonna like attack you through other people. So he might, like, you might have a couple like suicidal nights or something like that, or because he's trying to push you over the edge, right? He's trying to say that you can't live a life without him. He's all you've got. Okay. So, and the wheel is going to reverse on this. Okay. Because whatever happened while he was in control of your life, okay, it's a judgment that he has to face once he gets out of your head, okay, and your heart comes back to you, okay. There might be this fleeting moment of truth or of clarity, and you might kind of think like, all right, this might be my way out. I think this is, by releasing him, I'm going to release myself and I'll get away from him forever. But by killing yourself, it's not going to get away from him. By killing yourself, you make it worse. Then you're in a dimension, and you're locked in a dimension where he knows exactly where you are. Okay. That's why suicide comes to people a lot of times. It's because something's right there and it knows. If you jump over that cliff, they know exactly where you are at exactly the time that you decide to die, and they want to take you, right? Suicide is a death by choice. Usually people don't die. They make their own timeline and they die when they're ready because they know that the portal is open exactly when they're about to die. So then they can go back to where they come from. If you kill yourself, then you could be sent somewhere where you're in a different dimension and you're in the wrong place and it's not the right time. So you could get stuck somewhere because your parents don't know that you're about to die. Nobody knows that you're about to die. So the portal doesn't open. Your family doesn't come back to get you, or your seeds aren't there, or your guides aren't there because they're not anticipating you dying because you're not supposed to, right? Like death is divine timing. Whether it seems like it happened quick, it happens quick for everybody, whether or not it's in their sleep or it's cancer and it lasts years, it still happens quick. You still don't really necessarily see it coming because it's divine timing, right? And so by killing yourself or even by thinking about it, okay, it's going to send you somewhere that you're not supposed to go. It's going to break your heart, and it's going to break the ones around you, and it's going to send you somewhere where you're even worse off. Okay, you're going to be even more depressed. Okay. So the Ace of Crystals comes in, which is the Ace of Pentacles. So it's like, I don't know if suddenly you just get a new job or you get a new relationship. Like, I mean, it's 2 rats around this crystal, and I'm like, I don't know if those rats are like protecting this crystal or if it's unity coming in and it's that's their seed, that's their baby that's about to be born or something. Like, I don't really know, but I feel like something new is going to come in because of this detachment now. Okay, it's him who's been keeping relationships from you. He's been keeping the wrong people around you in the wrong situations, right? He's keeping somebody depressed as fuck. Okay, so suicide is like obviously something that's coming natural to this person, but all it is like, all you got to do is just stop fighting the will to live. Right? You've got to have the will to live and to overcome it, and to know that you might go to the darkest place possible. But guess what? Once you go to the darkest place possible, then your whole world changes, because then you realize that you just beat the devil and that now nothing or nobody can ever control you again. That's a very powerful state of mind and state of being. That's why it's Judgment in reverse, because I don't think that somebody really recognizes what this is going to do for them. Right? They see it as, well, now I can't drink or now I can't party. Like, I haven't drank or partied in like so long, and I have such a fun life. Like, I don't like, I think people feel like because they get stuck in old concepts and old, paradigms, they don't think that a new life could be so much more liberating. Like, imagine just being like, I mean, Slane talks about it a lot. Because he's a recovering alcoholic, right? He drank a lot. Like, that guy was like, he started his day off with like a 12-pack of Bud. Okay, like, and people think that that's the life, I work with somebody who loves being an alcoholic, and then like I just kind of look at him like, that's so dumb. Like, why would you want to be such a low life? Like, why do you want to think so low of yourself? And he calls himself an asshole, and I'm like, why would you say that? Like, why do you want to be an asshole? Like, you don't want to be better? Like, you don't want to try something different? Like I'm sober and I can work at a bar and I've got absolutely no craving to drink anything, because like once you watch everybody drunk and you watch how they act, you're like, I don't want to do that ever again. Like, drunk people are so dumb. And they're so like, oh my God, it's like the best night of their life. And then they wake up and they're sober and they're pissed off again. And I'm like, you could wake up. I wake up every day happy, even in this shitty apartment, in this shitty life, man. I still wake up happy because I'm alive. I've got food in the fridge. I've got clothes. I've got money in my wallet. Like, I'm good, man. I got chocolate in the fridge. Like, I need a lot more, but like, how much do I need? I want a lot more, but like in life, how much do you need? You've got to value how much you feel like you need in your life, right? And if you really need something like alcohol controlling your life, Listen to Slane. Like, he raps about it all the time. Like, he didn't know that he could find such love in rapping. Like, he thought his love was in alcohol, and then once he really started rapping and he really put it on the line, man, he got sober. And it's taken him a couple times to, like, truly get sober and not fuck around with his life anymore. And now he's like, he leads, like, AA meetings and stuff still to this day. I'm pretty sure he, like, runs a clinic or something. Like, Slane is, like, my fucking idol. Like, I love that guy. Not only do I love him rap, like, I love his albums. I tried to see him in concert. I talked to him on Instagram. Like, I love all of his movies. Like, I love Slane. Like, and Slane will just talk to you. Like, if you message Slane, he'll just talk to you. He's that kind of guy. He's not, like, obnoxious. He's not like, oh, I'm an actor. Leave me alone. You know, like, and recovering for him was such an amazing thing. Right. So it's like recovery is amazing. It can change. It'll change your whole life. And like what you thought was fun now is like way different. You know, like you get to go places and do things because you're not drunk and obnoxious anymore, and you're not forgetting about things, and you know, you can just live your life. You'll go on trips and you'll experience things so different, and like life sober is amazing. Like I love being sober. I never want to have a hangover again. I never want to ever get drunk again. Like that's not life. That's not how I feel I want to live it, you know. And like, and you will get to that point where you're like, I'm never gonna drink again. Like I'm never gonna let this guy tell me that having a party for 3 is a good thing, because guess what, it's not. You know, people, I've watched it, man. People, they just start banging each other's wives and banging each other's partners and fucking blows everywhere, and people start dying of fentanyl poisoning, and like other people start banging their widows, and it's just like, man, it gets greasy. It gets greasy. Yeah. Somebody was definitely had the curse. Okay. They got the curse. Okay. And because it's alcoholism, you think it's not a curse. It's something that everybody does. Yeah. Something that everybody does is that a curse. Like there's a lot of you. Okay. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, I know a lot of people that come into my bar, they have a beer, okay, like a half pint or a bottle of beer, and they have a hamburger or something to eat, and then they might have one more, they might not, and then that's it. They go to their day again, and then they might have a beer at dinner, and they might not. Like, I mean, you decide how much alcohol is really worth it. Right? Like you have to decide, is it worth doing this to myself all the time? Or is it worth seeing if I can do it a different way? Because I think people are more scared of trying to figure out that other way than trying to just do it in general. Like all of a sudden, all these like things start flashing to them. Like, what if I lose all my friends? And what if I don't talk to anybody? Well, guess what? Like your life is going to change, which means, yeah, your friends are going to change. If all you do is drink with them, then you might lose your relationship with them, because that's just a drinking relationship. If you want to get out of it, you'll have to figure out other things to do with these people. And plus you'll have to be okay with hanging out at bars again then, if that's what all your friends want to do. Like, I mean, it just depends. It depends what you're ready to experience, because you're the one that's doing it. If you want to get rid of him and you want to get out of this trap, then the universe is like, yo, we're lining you up. There's a way right there. It's right in front of you. If you don't want it, then it's going to get taken away, and you're going to get set in the trap, and then you're going to get cursed again, and that's just what you're going to have to deal with. Because if you don't want to change it, people can't force you. And I think sometimes people are used to being forced to do things, and then they're like, well, why haven't you forced me to do it yet? Why would somebody force you to do something? Right? Not everybody's abusive. Being forced to do something means you're being abused to do it. Right? You have to decide if you don't want to be abused anymore and you want to take your life into your own hands. Bada bing, nada boom. Woo! Woo! I am dry. Yeah. Oh, look at that. There's the hair font. In reverse with strength. And the guide. Oh, look at that. There's the devil. Bada bing, nada boom. See, I friggin' told us so. Look at this guy turned up twice. Okay? Completely 100% being taken over. So somebody really has to unlearn a lot of things, okay? what they were guided to learn from him is going to massively change in somebody's life. Okay, you have to undo a lot of things. Okay, undo a lot of negative things, and this is going to take a lot of strength, and it's going to take a lot of courage, and it's going to take a lot of guts. But guess what? That's what we're full of: courage and strength and guts and balls and fucking energy. You know, like we're full of it anyways. So why not now get something that is in somebody's mind so undefeatable because they think that they're their best friends. Like they're not. People who want to see you go down and be belligerent drunk and black out are not your friends, right? Those are not people who love you. Or they would be like, hey, maybe you shouldn't drink so much. Hey, maybe you should slow down. Hey, maybe we should get out of here. Maybe don't drive home. Don't walk home alone. You know, like and instead it's like, see you later. Have fun. Peace out. Don't throw up on the way. Try not to die. Like no one's got your back. Like that's like, you could have alcohol poisoning and just die. Who's going to care about you? Everyone else is passed out. Right? So you have to like think to yourself, like, are you really going to be okay with everything? You know, like, are you really okay with living such a dangerous life? Because if you are, then, I mean, I highly doubt that anybody that watches this reading is going to fight something off that much, or you wouldn't have watched it. You know, so it's like, I mean, and I'm just saying alcoholism as the theme. The thing is that the theme could be a lot of things. It could be any type of addiction. It could be entitlement addiction. It could be money addiction. It could be alcoholism. It could be drugs. It could be sympatheism. It could be narcissism. It could, you know, there's so many things that the devil controls in you if you let them. And then he fills your head with a lot of bullshit. Like suddenly you got to start fighting everybody and you've got to start acting like an asshole and you got to give people what they deserve. And like, no, you don't. It's not your right to give people what they deserve. Right? So you're not a judge. You're probably not even a part of a jury. What makes you think that you can do the punishment? Right? So like they're telling you to do things and act a certain way that knows that it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt your outcome. It's going to hurt how you cross over. It's going to hurt the things that you do. It's going to hurt your future. It's going to hurt everything. You have to just decide, is it worth being sober or not? In my mind, sobriety is fucking kick-ass, man. It shows that you're smarter than everybody else. That you can do it without that, you know, a lot of times like people just feel like they can't have fun without it. And I'm like, what's fun? Like you have to determine what's fun to you. Like I determine what's fun to me. Like I love getting high and watching fucking scary movies and making food and fucking painting and doing readings and going for walks and making cedar bushes and redoing my altar and like going to work. I mean, how much time do you really have off? That's the thing. So really you just gotta find things to fill in. Like, you know, and sometimes when I'm really bored, I do a crossword because I'm like, it's either that or I'm going to turn on the TV and I'm going to do something stupid. Right. So like you got to find hobbies. Like hobbies are very important for people. Right. My stepmother, she always had to find like the most expensive hobbies in the world because she just wanted to spend money all the time. But man, she took glass working. So she learned how to do like different stained glass things. Like she made like stained glass pieces for the window. She made stained glass lamps. It was so cool. And these things were so awesome that I'm like, man, like I would totally take a glass working class. Like I would do that. Like I love colors. I love melting. I love working with my hands. I love cutting things, you know, like I would totally do that. I would work with glass, you know, like I would do stuff like that. Like, you know, like sometimes you have to find your own creation. I'm seeing this like really random piece of wood. I think this like branch broke and it kind of looks like a penis. Like it doesn't look like anything else. If anything, it kind of looks like or a distorted tower somehow. Okay. And I'm like, maybe you want to work with like a chainsaw. Maybe you want to make sculptures or something. And like, you can make sculptures with clay. You can make sculptures with concrete. You can make sculptures with wood. And like, fucking those things sell, man. You can make some money, right? Like there are farmers markets everywhere. Like there is Etsy now. Like there are websites that you can build to sell. Like you wouldn't imagine the things. Like my ex-boyfriend, oh my God, man, he had so much testosterone. This guy, I'm telling you, he just wanted to bang and fucking walk and get his energy out. Like honestly, he was an arborist. He climbed trees all day and still came home with like energy for 4. Okay, like it was redonkulous. Like his energy, and he'd be like, "It's my testosterone. It's my testosterone." Like I've got more than other guys. Blah blah blah. And I just never kind of believed him. I thought it was all just kind of like smoking the fucking rug. You know, like okay, that's why you want to have sex so much because it's just you. Like no. Anyways, but. Oh yeah. So he had to stop drinking because he had some kids. And his baby mama was like, listen, you either drop that poison or we're done. Like we've got kids now. You've got people to think about. And he dropped the bottle. Okay. And you know what he started doing? Blacksmithing. So he made this like blacksmith cave in like his garage that had a fire in it or something. And I was like, oh my God, that's his solution. Like he needed to pound things, you know, he needed to get it out. He's a man and he's full of energy and he has to get this energy out of him. You know, you will find things to do. Trust me. Oh my God, there is so much to do. Sometimes I'm like, if I have a day off, I can list a whole bunch of things to do. And then I'm like, I'm just gonna sit at home and watch a movie. I just want to hang out. Like I work so much. Like I just want to lay down. Like I could go to Toronto right now. I could fucking head into the big city and see a show. I can fucking take my sister and I to a concert. I can go to a fucking baseball game. Like there's so many things we could do, and I'm like, I'm tired. Like, you know, like life. Like you don't need alcohol. You don't need drugs. You just don't. I mean, smoke a little reefer. Smoke a little fucking kefir reefer and just fucking have the best time of your life. Like, trust me, being sober changes everything. So I really hope that somebody watches this and is like, you know what, this reading's for me. Like, I need to kick the devil to the curb. Like, this devil's been telling me information in reverse, and he's been telling me things that he's helping me and he's on my side, and he's not. He's stealing. He's taking your life away from you. One fucking drink at a time, one pill at a time, one shot at a time, literally, like, you know, one hit at a time. He's taking your life away from you, and you're giving him life on the other side. Always remember that. Whenever you give the devil, you make him come alive in certain ways. And if you want to be a part of that, then that's what I mean. Like, I'm sure you probably wouldn't make it to the end, but I really hope that somebody decides that, like, the devil doesn't need to be there anymore. So, peace out. That's readings for the day now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being part of this channel and joining and writing and saying things. And it's such a just great channel. It's going to just blossom. I know it is. Like, I don't know if it's going to blossom like right away or if it's still going to take a little bit of time. Like, I mean, time is on your side. Okay. Like time is here. You're supposed to be here. Time ain't going nowhere. So you don't got to rush anything. Time is on my side. Yes, it is. I always, whenever I sing that song, I always think of Fallen. It's like such an amazing analogy of how the devil works, of how he can just touch somebody and jump right into them. How he can just take your emotions and change you right away into a completely different person. You know, like, it's scary. So it's either like, come jump into the boat with us that don't drink, that, you know, live perfectly happy lives, like sober and alive, you know, or stay with the people that you're at. But just know that if you stay with the people that you're at, maybe don't get so intoxicated sometimes, or, you know, just try to recognize that you have a problem and that you might get possessed every time you drink. And if you're willing to accept that, then there's nothing really anybody can say to you. It's all about acceptance. So, peace out. Like I said, word to your mothers and your brothers and your sisters.